I want to take a brief look at artboards and putting transparencies on objects. So let me start by showing you when you open a new page or when you open a new file, create a new file. So you can see in here that there is a thing called Artboards. Now, the default on that is normally is 1. And what this is, think of that as meaning pages instead of artboards. So if you needed to have a document with 50 pages, you would put 50 in there. This is just that's their way of using the term for pages. So I'm going to close this. And the default, when you open it, when you've got more than one page, is to come in zoomed out. Now what I'd like you to do is grab your Artboard panel, and here's how you can get around in a document. By double-clicking on this, it will take me to each one. So with only 3 pages, that's not necessarily that impressive, but if you had a multi-page document, this would be something that you would want to use. Now you can also alter things in the Artboard panel. So for example, a couple things I could do. I can, if I wanted to get rid of this particular board, I can click on it and drag it into the trash. But what I'd like you to notice is that the object that was on there did not get thrown out. So what I would suggest you do if you need to get rid of a page is to go ahead and select everything on it and throw it out, and then get rid of that board. I'm going to do the same thing here. Actually, I'm going to do it in a somewhat different way. So I'm going to come up here into Options, and I'm going to go Artboard Options. And you can see that I can come in here and delete. Now again, I'm going to want to get rid of this. Another way to get to those options is to simply click on this little icon here. So you can see there's various things that you can do. Among other things, you could change the size to one of the standard sizes that Illustrator offers you. You can go ahead and make a custom size. You can change the orientation if you'd like. You know, you can delete things if you'd like. But what I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and change this page to 12 inches by 12 inches. Oops. And say OK. So there we are. Another thing that you can do without using the panel, if you needed to change the size, is you can come over here and you can get the Artboard tool, and you can simply click and drag. So those are some options for working with the page and creating a number of pages and altering the pages as you go. Now the other thing I'd like to show you is working with transparencies. So I'm going to keep this simple. Oops. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the transparency palette and go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to simply change the opacity on that. Now, other ways to change the opacity is up here in this handy. If you're working with the Essentials Classic, which I always recommend, you can also make this change up in here. So this can be fun. It's kind of fun to know that you can really kind of alter things with the transparency.